listening to BBC Radio Devon, the Judy Spires programme. Joe McElderry won the 6th series of The X Factor in 2009. He won the 2nd series of Pop Star to Opera Star in 2011. He won The Jump in February this year. That's the winter sports reality show. Massive respect. He's had 4 top 20 albums. He's on a 60-date tour throughout the UK this year called the Set Your Soul Alive Tour with full supporting band, and was at the Corn Exchange Exeter last night. Will be playing Yeovil on the 3rd of May and Babbacombe on the 4th of May. But he's with us this morning. First, though, let's hear him with the song that soared straight to number 1 in both the UK and the Irish singles charts, The Climb.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming. It's the climb.
The Climb there, a massive hit for my guest today, Joe McElderry, now on his Set Your Soul Alive tour, which was in Exeter last night. Good morning to you, Joe.
Hello.
Hello. Your mum's least favourite song.
Yes. I shouldn't say this on radio because she'll kill us. But yeah, it's her least favourite song of all of the stuff I've done. And every time we're planning the set, it's just like, can you not sing The Climb now? And I'm like, I can't. People will ask for their money back.
Be lynched.
I know.
Absolutely
But
lynched.
it brings lots of nice memories for me. So it's staying. It's staying put.
Of course it is. And there's a line in there, ain't about how fast
you get there.
Well, I was going to say, never mind The Climb. What about The Jump?
Oh, God.
The Jump, for those who didn't see that winter sports reality thing, massive respect to you for that.
Do you know, it was one of the... it was all very last minute for me because I planned on having 2 months off before the tour to plan and, just chill. I'd been really busy last year. And my manager said to us, he's like, I really think you need to just get your head together for the tour, get ready for it, prepare yourself for it. And so I booked a skiing holiday with all my family. We all went away. Second day of the holiday, I got a phone call like, you need to go to another resort because you've been asked to be a part of the jump. And so I was literally in a car within hours, and then the next day I was in the show competing.
So what did you think you were going to do?
Well, I thought it was going to be... Well, I'm a skier, so I know a skiing, but you forget that when you're on holiday and you don't have like a time schedule or you're not racing, you forget how like relaxing it is. You're going from like slope to slope, cafe to cafe, and then we got there and they were like flinging we down these on skeleton tracks, on a little tray sledge at about 85 mile an hour, and at that point, I was like, "This is not what I signed up for."
No, I know, because there was the luge.
Yes,
terrifying, literally head-banging experience for some of the girls who were lightweight and couldn't hold their heads.
It was probably I'm not a daredevil person, but that was a moment where I was like, I don't really ever say I can't do something. I'm always like, come on, you can do it. And I got to the end of it, and it had a rehearsal run, and then you competed. And at the end of the rehearsal run, I said, I'm not getting back on there. There's no chance. And they're like, you have to. And I was like, no, you don't understand, I'm not. And they're like, you don't understand, you have to. And it was petrifying. It felt like being in a car crash that just didn't stop.
Well, it was a car crash for a lot of people, wasn't it? I mean, Donald McIntyre, was it? He was pretty badly smashed.
He was bad. Henry broke his wrist.
That's who you replaced.
Yeah, and he had to have it all pinned and everything, and it was a dangerous show. And
Marcus Brigstock.
Yeah, he pulled a hamstring. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, if I get an injury and can't do this tour, I'm going to be in so much trouble. And I'd said, the medical guy on the first night, he said, you haven't got any big commitments after the show, that. And no, nothing. Absolutely. I'm very quiet at work, it's a quiet year. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, if I break a leg here, I'm in deep trouble.
I think, were you the first one to do K40, the K40 jump?
Yes.
Now, for anybody who didn't see it, when you looked at it head on, it was like just a gentle little track. Yeah. And you thought they just put the skis in the track and they glide down and then they drop off the end. Some of them did drop off rather spectacularly. Yes. But then they took the camera to the top with you.
I think as well, because I had loads of people texting me from home saying, is it even that high? It doesn't look that high. And I was like, trust me, if you were sitting at the top of that, knowing that you can't, and as well, the thing is when you're skiing, you can stop.
Yeah.
You can brake, you can do a snow plow, a parallel turn, you can stop. you're in them tracks. If you try to get out of them tracks, you break your neck. You just smash into the walls. So as soon as you stand up, you start to think, there's no turning back, and you're going like, I think down the track you go about 40 mile an hour.
You do, yeah.
And it was, I would do it again now without the pressure of the show, but at the time, I was like, I never want to ski again.
I can remember when you landed, you ended on your back with your skis apart in the air, looking like a frog that had been thrown out of a Boeing 707.
It was relief. It was like, I'm on the ground, touch the ground, kiss the floor.
But you're fairly fit. You did that massive coast-to-coast bike ride, didn't you? And didn't you do
I've done 3 Great North runs, yeah.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. I enjoy keeping fit, and it's important for my job. You know, you're jumping around on stage for almost 2 hours every night, so I don't think people want to be rolling us on stage in a suit. It's not a good look for me. So I try and keep fit and in shape. But that was another level. I mean, it took it to another level. And the Winter Olympics, I 100% respect them, because we didn't even do half of the training or half of the intensity of what they do. Yeah. And they make it look, they made us look like Bambi on ice, basically, you know.
Yeah. Perhaps you'd like to have a go at that allotment programme now. It's a little safer. Would you?
Plant a few plants.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Might be a bit chilled, yeah.
Would you like to do... Well, they don't do the ice skating anymore, do they? Would you like to do Strictly?
I'd love to do Strictly. Strictly would be fun.
You must have been asked.
I haven't. Every year, my name's always in the rumour mill, and I get so many phone calls going, "Oh my God, congratulations on Strictly!" And I'm like, I haven't even been asked. But I think for some reason, because I've done a reality TV show and a couple, I think people think that I'm just going to do it. But I'd love to do it. I'm a frustrated dancer, and that would be fun.
Well, you feel free to throw a few shapes in here when you sing for us now, because you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
I'm going to sing.
Would you like to introduce me to who's with you over
This
there?
is Ross Wall, my piano player.
Hi, Ross.
Hello.
Hello.
And this is Steve, my lovely sound man.
Hello, Steve. All right. Good morning. Lovely. Right. Do you want to get in position to sing?
Yes, I do.
Now, I have to just tell you this, that Joe has to put a chair between himself and the microphone because he's such a loud singer that we can't keep him back from the microphone. So we've physically got to... Would you like me to sit on that chair to stop you leaning over?
Well, it might be a bit awkward because I'll be shouting in your face.
Okay. Wouldn't be the first time, Pat. Anyway, what are you going to sing for us?
We're going to do, I call it a Spanglish version of Unbreak My Heart. It's English-Spanish, and it's one of the songs from the show. It's a new kind of arrangement that we'll put together to kind of, I suppose, pay respect to obviously doing the classical part of my career. So it's
Are you all right water-wise and everything?
I've got some more. I'll have a quick drink.
Would you have a quick gargle and a spit into the spittoon? Okay, so Unbreak My Heart in Spanish, which is
Spanish, yes.
Called, what's it called?
Regrésame.
Regrésame. Lovely. Joe McElderry, live on BBC Radio Devon.
No me abandones así, hablando sola de ti. Ven y devuélveme al fin la sonrisa que se fue. Una vez más, toca tu piel y un desesperar. Recuperemos lo que se perdido. Regresa a mí, quiéreme otra vez. Borra el dolor que al ir te preguntó cuando te desesperaste en sí. Dime que sí, lo rayo querrá. Regresa a mí. Take back that sad night goodbye. Bring back the joy to my life. Don't leave me here in this pain. Come and kiss these tears away. I can't forget the day you left. Nights are so unkind. Life is so cruel without you here beside me. Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused. You walked out of the door and you walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. I've cried so many nights. Unbreak my heart. No me abandones así, hablando sola de ti. Recuperemos lo que se perdió. Regresa a mí, quiéreme otra vez. Borra el dolor, cariño, que me dio cuando te desesperaste así. Dime que sí, ahora yo quiero regresa a mí. Regresa a mí, quiéreme otra vez. Borra el dolor, cariño, que me dio cuando te desesperaste así. Dime que sí, ahora yo quiero regresa a mí. Unbreak my
Fantastic Regressa Me from Joe McElderry. Not an auto-tune knob in sight, I'll have you know. That was absolutely amazing. We played the clip this morning from Rolando Villazon saying that you were better at 20 than he was.
Yeah, he did. And I was like, wow. He has that kind of voice that like, we obviously did all the training with him on Pop Star, Opera Star, and he stands in front of you, and you know when somebody has a powerful voice to the point where literally wind blows your hair, like he was standing in front of us, and he was teaching us how to sing Nessun Dorma, and he was like, and I was doing it I was trying to do it in me pop. This was before I'd kind of got through the training, and he's like, no, you do it like this, and he just belted, like, just easily, no effort, anything, just belted the end note of Nessun Dorma, and I was literally like, I was across the piano, like, blown over. It's just incredible.
And so that's not gel in your hair, that's stuck from that day.
It's Nessun Dorma, it's the high note of Nessun Dorma.
That was just an amazing achievement. So X Factor sort of kicked all this off, mentored by Cheryl, then Whitney Houston, and then sang with George Michael. It's not much of a start, is it, really?
Well, you know what, I see it. I say to people, what on earth am I going to do when I'm 30? You know, like, how am I going to top, like, some of the experiences I've had? Because it's been, you know, it feels like a long time, because I think 5 years in the music industry is quite long in terms of, you know, people, you know, you're lucky if you can get 5 albums out. You know, the next album I'll be releasing will be my 5th one.
You're the first one to get 4 out, I think.
Yeah, and I never even thought I would make it past 1, to be honest with you, because I know how much of a ruthless industry it is. So it's been incredible, and my aim and kind of aspirations now is just to make sure that in 30 years' time I'm still doing it and still having fun. You know, that's the main thing for me. Like, I want to look back in 30 years' time and think, wow, like, it's spanned across a long time instead of just so big for such a short space of time. So hopefully I'll be able to do that.
No reason not to, because you haven't got a sound, you've got a voice. You know, a lot of people in the pop industry have a sound, and that's nice and that's current.
Yeah.
But you have a voice, which you've clearly shown can be adapted to various genres.
Yeah. Well, I try and do that, and you know, for the first, like, one of the biggest reasons I agreed to do Pop Star Opera Star was because everybody at like after X Factor, every interview I did, people were like, so what are you then? What kind of singer are you? What? And I thought, why do people in this country feel like you have to be put in a box? You know, like, can you not just go out and sing? And with this show, definitely this tour, it's got so many ranges of music in, deliberately. You know, you have something like what I've just sang there, Regress of Me. You have Ness and Dorma. Then you have a big pop song. We do Don't Stop Believing. Then there's some brand new material in there that has got different sounds. And I feel like I want to kind of just show people that you can kind of sing what you enjoy. Yeah. Stop trying to let people put you in a box all the time, because people don't want to see that.
Well, I think that's going to die out, putting you in a box. This is my theory. Because record shops had to know where to find you.
Yes.
You had to know whether you were under pop or folk or whatever it was. Now, with the death of record shops or CDs and people download, you'll be all right.
Yeah, and also as well, people select what songs they want to hear off an album now. Some people don't even buy the whole album.
Oh, right.
They go on iTunes and just pick the 3 that they want to listen to. So it's kind of, I hope it's changing, because I think like it should just be, you should go on stage and you should just, you know, you should just be able to do a range of different songs, you know, if you can.
Yeah, well, you clearly
it's
can.
It's important to do that.
Linda's just emailed me from Tavistock saying, thank you so much for our wonderful evening last night in Exeter to see Joe. What can I say? The best night ever. And what a voice. Joe was brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't that nice? We've got loads of tweets here.
There were a lovely audience last night.
Loads of tweets that have come in. Good, glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So many pinch you moments that you've had along the way. Are you the only X Factor contestant to address the Oxford Union?
I'm not sure. Maybe, possibly.
What did you do, Pat?
Well, you know, when I got asked to do it, my manager phoned us and he was like, you know, this sounds really cool. It sounds like it's going to be really interesting. And I thought, I'm going to walk in there with a Geordie accent. They're going to be like, who is this idiot? But it was lovely. You know, it was really nice. People were like asking, like, stuff about the music industry and how, you know, obviously I cope with different things, and I kind of just like literally just chatted to the students for about an hour and a half, I think it was, and I really enjoyed it. I would love to go back actually, because I was so nervous before I went in, because I thought, what if I get asked some really like intellectual question?
Nah, they don't.
But no, it was lovely. I really enjoyed it.
And you sung for the Queen?
Yes. Petrifying. A massive honour, but petrifying. I actually performed in Buckingham Palace, and in her, what I assume is our private theatre, I suppose, and it was a celebration of people in the performing arts, and she was literally sitting this distance. There was no stage. It was like this distance, and she's just sitting staring at us, and I was like, I want me mum.
Do you have your heart checked regularly? Because I'm just thinking, X Factor's bad enough, then you put yourself through the jump, then you're training to be an opera, and you're terrified, then you go to the Oxford Union.
I spend my life on an adrenaline high, I think, 24/7. I get home after working for about 4 days, and I don't know where to put myself. I'm like, what shall I do?
And Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall.
That was beautiful.
Now that's appearing in a wedding cake, isn't it? Everybody says it's like appearing in a wedding cake.
It's beautiful. I mean, the Royal Albert Hall is just is one of them venues that kind of has such a respect with it that the minute you even walk in the building, you can feel the kind of, I don't know, it's a weird feeling. And when you walk out on stage, I think it just does something to everybody, you know, it lifts everybody's performance.
Yeah.
Incredible venue.
We had a lady on a couple of months ago, Beth Nielsen Chapman, who you have sung with.
Yes.
Here's what she had to say about you.
I think he's wonderful. I think he's a great singer. And now, of course, he's a great athlete.
Isn't that lovely?
She's brilliant. I mean, she spent a lot of actually time with me when I was recording the last album I've just released, Here's What I Believe In. She came over to the UK and helped out with picking some of the songs, give us some of her songs as well, which was, she let us have a beautiful song called How We Love put on the album. Like, she's just an incredible songwriter and a person, and had an incredible story as well.
Yes.
Like, just all round, such respect for her.
Yeah. It's so nice when somebody comes on. I'd seen it on the internet, and of course you don't know what to believe sometimes when you see stuff that. And I thought, Beth Nielsen Chapman had done stuff with Joe McElderry. I thought that sounds a bit odd, and then sort of Googled it and saw and heard it and asked her about it, and she thought you were absolutely marvellous.
Well, I think one of the, I mean, How We Love, obviously she'd already released, so she give us through like, you can use it, take it, and release it. But there was another song on the album called My Love Will Find You, and because of recording How We Love, she heard it and she was like, I was going to give this song to somebody else. She was like, but I'm taking it off them, you can have it. So she ended up giving her more songs, and just really, really nice and very got the right idea about the music industry.
Yeah,
she's savvy,
around.
you know, she's got it.
Yeah, worked with the best people, been around. And you've done a bit of acting as well. You've taken to the stage, a bit of dirty dancing.
Yes, well, I didn't really. I suppose the Dirty Dancing thing was a bit more of a kind of a guest spot. I did Tommy, which was a one-night performance in London, which was, again, terrifying. But no, that was the music, and that is so great.
Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah, and it was quite nice because I think when my name was announced for it, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he's going to play a rock star." I don't think so. So it was, it was a nice thing to do because it was so different from my personality. But I'd like to do a West End show. I'd like to do something in the future. It's finding the time.
Well, you do keep surprising people, certainly with the reality programs, and as you say, with things like Tommy and what was the other one? You've done Panto as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. How did you like that?
I'm doing another one.
Slapping your thigh.
I'm doing another one this year.
Are you?
I'm going to Bradford this year to do another one. I had so much fun last year.
The Alhambra, wonderful theatre.
It's Snow White this year, I think. But last year it was like being in therapy for a month. I laughed every single day.
Were you with Shane?
Yes, I was. Yes, and I laughed every single day for like a month. It was great. It was like Christmas for a month. It was brilliant. And I said I have to do one of them again. It was so much fun.
So who are you this year?
This year is a bit more of a. I'm a bit more me this year, I suppose. Right. I'm playing the man in the mirror. So it's kind of more of a singing role this year instead of, I was Prince Charming last year. So this year, not easier, but more singing.
Yeah, great. And of course, you've got this 5th album coming out.
Yeah, so the tour goes on until June.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start working on something. I'll have to. I was kindly reminded on stage last night that I haven't released something for 2 years. So that I need to.
So you're writing stuff?
Yeah, well, I've written some music for the show.
Yeah.
So there's about 3 or 4 brand new songs in the tour set.
Yeah.
I wanted to give people the opportunity to kind of hear it before it's actually been chosen for an album. Makes it just a bit more like raw and live, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably start working on one, but I don't want to rush it because, I feel like I've done 4 and I don't want to just put one out for the sake of putting it out. So I'd like to spend a bit of time on it.
Yeah, well, hopefully you won't get a call saying, "Here, Joe, Master Chef, we need you in the kitchen right now."
Or the jungle.
The jungle, yeah. No, don't do the jungle. You couldn't do that.
I don't think I could handle it. No,
I shouldn't.
I'd struggle with that one.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
And you've very kindly given us some tickets to Babacombe on the 4th, but you're playing Yeovil on the 3rd
Saturday
as well.
night, yes.
Saturday night. And we've got your classic album as Album of the Week next week.
Thank you.
So we're going to play out with a track now. I can't remember. Or we're going to play Dance with Your Father now.
Yes.
Any particular...
Well, that was my first audition song.
Of course it was.
That was the first time I auditioned for X Factor, and it became kind of one of me songs that I always get requested to sing.
Right.
So I thought we recorded it for this album. Bit of a different version actually. It's a bit of a orchestrated version. So I thought it would be nice to pick that one.
And this is all right with Mum, is it? She don't mind it.
She picked this song for the audition.
Right. Thank goodness we played it together. Goodness we played it. Joe McElderry, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Here you are with Dance with My Father. Joe McElderry, Dance with My Father. We've got ladies on the bench outside. They're tweeting me saying, we're outside listening to. And I've got this in from Ron saying, still a natural Geordie, bonny lad, no side way. Well, I can't say that word. Love the Geordies. Love hearing me on your programme today. All the tweets are coming in. Hope it'll be recorded. Listen, you can hear it again on Sunday afternoon on A Bit More Judy. You can hear that interview all over again. Thank you for all your tweets as well. A lot of you haven't signed them, but they're appreciated, and I've shown them to Joe as well. And don't forget, we've got tickets on offer for the Set Your Soul Alive show at Babacombe Theatre in Torquay on Sunday evening.